Welcome to Talk Talks. I'm Rogelio, and this is my man Mario. Randy is out of town, and he'll be joining us next week. But just to start this conversation, do you believe in UFOs?
I do.
You do?
I do. You know why?
Why?
I've seen one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Share the story.
Well, we'll start here in a bit.
Okay, let's watch this first.
Talk Talks.
Okay, welcome back. Hey, big shout out to Jeff. He's the one that created our new intro. And now, going back to the topic,
Okay.
UFOs.
So, I believe in UFOs, but not what you think.
Oh, okay.
So, I believe in unidentified flying objects. Could mean Russia, China, locally, they're invading our airspace and testing and stuff. So the story goes, when I was in the Philippines, a young kid, probably like 10 or 11 years old, walking down the fields after mass. It was like, midnight mass during Christmas.
Okay.
Went home, we walked in the fields. You can see the whole sky. You can't see, there's no cloud cover, nothing, right?
Okay.
So I was like, me and my friends were looking up the sky like, oh man, check those stars out. And then we saw one bright light go down like a fire, like a wishing star, right?
Okay.
Like a meteorite. And it's like, oh look, a meteor, wishing star. Let's make a wish. And then when we were about to make a wish, it stopped in the middle of the sky, and then went back up. So we look at each other like, the hell was that? I was like, don't worry about it. So that was my first encounter of something weird going on.
Something weird.
But because I worked in a lot of Department of Defense intelligence agencies,
Yes.
I know that there's foreign technologies out there that tests our capability of monitoring them and checking them out. So there's a lot of stealth technology being developed, and there is potentially other countries that have invaded our airspace without us knowing
Because of the technology too.
because of technology. And that could mean that it could be mistaken as a UFO from outer space.
And I think they changed it. Now they call it UAPs.
UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Phenomenon, yeah.
Yeah. Just like the balloon.
Maybe that's the one that they want to categorize even.
Well, it's
In the world,
words matter, right? So
Yeah.
UFO is just an object saying that it's a solid thing that, like I said, came from other countries or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And when you say unidentified flying phenomenon, now we're in the realm of what the hell is it? It's a phenomenon. It's kind of like something that we cannot explain, within our knowledge, within our sphere, right?
I got a story too, and it happened to us when we were in Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Helmand province, and we were just waiting for go time. So we were all just laid out,
Yep.
waiting. Everybody's looking up, either smoking, telling stories, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we saw what it seemed like 8 different lights,
Oh, just like in Arizona.
just like in Arizona. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8. I think it's 8. I think it's 6 to 8 or whatever. Nice line, far from a distance. And it was just not me. I mean, everybody saw it, and we're like, "Oh, look, flares!"
Yeah.
So we were waiting for it to go down,
Right.
but it just stayed there, and it moved, and we're like, "Oh yeah, it's going down." But the movement was not like a flare;
Yeah.
it just moved, and it just stayed there.
That's weird.
It was weird, and we're like, "What the heck?" Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's concentrate on the mission.
Screw that. That's not our target.
I know. Yeah, it was just so weird.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because we get reports. Because I work in the admin, the HR place, so
Yeah, yeah.
every report goes through me. And I the battle captain, I hear him having a conversation with an element out there with some special operations guys, and there are some things that they see that they can't explain, and they just say, "That's not our mission. Move on." I kind of brush it off because I'm like, what, I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of reports. Probably like during my time into the task force, probably three or four, they could not explain some phenomenon or
Yeah, yeah.
something going on, whether it be um, lights or an object moving through the NVGs. I can see like it's not even lit up; it's just an object moving. So like, hey, I've seen this object. Can you guys, like what the heck? What are they talking about? So I was thinking about that can't be Afghanistan because they don't have the technology. They can't be Russia because they're way out there.
Yeah.
So I just brush it
It's
off.
just weird. Well, this has been I've been always intrigued with this one. Going back to the 50s with Roswell,
Mhm.
and they claim it's a cover up or whatever. There's so many things that's showing up there. Like I think it's in History Channel where they have
Yeah.
all this alien stuff moving.
Right.
That all the interviews, and they got special people that
Mhm.
used to be part of a three letter agency, and now they're he's exposing everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's just so remarkable. And then finally,
Yeah.
something happened.
No, check it out.
Check it out.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
That's a U.S. Navy aircraft.
Yeah.
That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's a look at that thing. It's rotating.
What the hell? Look at that. How fast that thing goes.
Dang.
Nickel 6-1 Tango Logic. Oh, got it! Roger. There's troubleshooting. Did you box moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow, look at that, man. Look at it fly.
Now, whoa.
That's crazy.
And this is not the first time pilots,
Mhm.
either commercial or military,
Yeah.
pilots that had said that they have seen something. But I think this is one of the most latest that they show and share with
Mhm.
the entire public.
Yeah, I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, you see
You
it.
can't.
You know.
And then what was this? A couple of I'd say a couple of months ago. I don't know if beginning of the year or end of last year, where I forgot. It was a congressional
Yeah.
hearing where they actually had people from agencies saying,
Wow.
yes, this is real. We do have some reports of UAPs, and they just don't know where it's coming
Yeah.
from.
Hey, I want to debunk something here. Area 51. They used to say Area 51 is a big top secret place that UFOs. So I've been to Area 51, and
Yeah.
it's not such a thing. It's just an air base where we do some testing and all that stuff. So just want to get that clear to everybody that Area 51 is not what you think it is.
Yeah, the movies don't help.
Yeah, the movies don't help. The movies don't help.
Movies don't help. It is just so incredible that recently that even the government is acknowledging
Mhm.
there's something out there that they cannot explain.
But think about this, right? So let's say there is a higher intelligent life form out there, with the way things are going on our society. You think they would care about us? Like, I don't think so, because I think these things that come from wherever,
Wherever.
right? is probably just looking at us like a zoo. Like if you visit a zoo, like, oh, look at that primate, or look at that snake. I think that's what's happening. I think it's where a tourist spot
You
for these
know,
things.
it's hard to say because you always have to put the human aspect to it, to where they're smarter, they're greater in technology because of what they could do.
Mhm.
They travel wherever they came from, and now they're over here. They're looking at us, and we think that, oh, they don't want to communicate with us because even we can't even.
Communicate with each other.
Yeah, now we're going to war,
Yeah.
right? And, why would I talk to these?
Yeah, we're gonna end up going to war
Yeah,
with some intelligent being that's highly technologically advanced than us.
I just don't know really if what the intent. It's impossible that we or any other countries out there don't have
Mhm.
any signs or things that crashed before. Because I mean, if you look at like our story here in the United States, there's so many crashes,
Yeah.
and they're saying like, oh, they scooped it up, they kept it, and they put it somewhere else. They're trying to do reverse
Engineering.
engineering, and then, oh, look, now we have this kind of technology.
Yeah, but you got.
Oh, look, we got Velcro.
The aliens made it. No, I think we gotta give credit to the human race. I think the technologies we have, I think, is from our technology. But
Absolutely.
I think also as well as there's this story about, and I read it somewhere, that the Anunnaki were aliens. These were the Babylonian gods.
Well,
and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, so the Anunnakis, and then they have what happened in India, the Vimasa.
Yeah. Yep. The
And
war.
the war,
between, yeah.
and that was a story of war with everything flying. Back then, we weren't flying.
We were jumping this high, but we weren't.
Nobody
flying.
was flying at that time,
Yeah.
and it was recorded, through their history,
Yeah.
and telling stories of, aerial fights.
Yeah, lasers coming out.
Whatever the
They're
case may
talking
be.
about like some destructive ray.
Whatever. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
they said that in that documentary that I watched about the guy with the crazy hair. He looks so crazy. What's his name?
Giorgio
Yeah, that guy.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, with the hair.
Yeah, with the hair.
I love his hair. It's like, I don't give a shit. This is my hair. But but yeah, I mean, some of the things make sense. Some of the things like not so much. But you'd be a fool to think that you're the only intelligent being in the universe, not
Yes.
just the galaxy, but
Not
the
just-
universe.
yeah.
But as a highly intelligent being, seeing our primitive state, why would you? It's like a lion interacting with an ant. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm a lion. I have big mouth. I'm technologically advanced, or a primate. If you're interacting with an ant, would you even care?
Well, check this out. So if you're going to go that route, that analogy right there, what was that island where the last tribe, uninhabited, no contact?
Oh, that's the Moai, the Easter Island.
Oh, no. This is like,
Oh, the one in New Zealand.
I think so. It's a tribe that has zero contact,
Yeah.
and I guess some.
Oh, yeah.
Tried to go there, they killed them. But imagine them, right, seeing all these planes flying
Oh,
by.
yeah.
I mean, what are they thinking, right?
That's true. No, now, though, I do have another theory in my head, right? And don't take this, don't steal it. This is just my thinking. What if they're like our future selves, just going back in time? Just it's kind of like a class, like a field trip. Like, let's go back to 9/11. Let's go back to this time period, right? And they just came back in time to kind of observe us. Don't interact with us, but observe us and learn from our past mistakes and all that stuff. That could be a possibility too.
There's so many possibilities. I'm not gonna say no, because it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta think outside the box.
Yeah.
Right. And if that's the case, that may be us 100 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Just imagine.
Imagine that 100 years from now, and of course they know that they can't interact.
Yeah. Because think about the picture of the alien, that the famous picture, the gray
The
with the slanted
gray,
eyes.
Yeah.
So what's the next evolution for human beings?
I don't know, man.
Right? We're gonna, 10,000 years from now, we might end up being, because we don't follow the sun anymore. We can live in different climates. Our skin might turn gray.
Good.
Our eyes can get big. Our head can get, because we're intelligent. I mean, we might end up looking like the aliens that we described today.
But check this out, though. I'm sure that you know about those stories or interviews that they got about the close encounter of the fifth kind, where they get abducted.
Yeah.
Right? And all their stories about, like, oh, I can't move, and they were inserting something, they were probing me, they got all these things.
Yeah.
Could that be our future selves?
Could be. You could be like, what did they look like back in the day? Let's observe ourselves. If in the abduct one, make sure that this person doesn't have really anything to do with timeline. That will ruin the future. And then abduct them, check them out. Oh, this is what a heart looks like. You never know.
You never know.
Like how we tag lions, wolves, and stuff. They probably get tagged too.
Now that you mentioned,
Yeah.
some of these folks, they do wake up and they go to doctors or whatever to get examined, and they have like a foreign object.
Yeah.
Right? It's not big, it's small, but it's foreign object in their body to where they said that they got probed.
Yeah. See, you never know.
You never know.
I mean, we're trying to do that ourselves. We're trying to go to different planets and trying to observe the planets and learn from it. What if, different civilization out there.
Dude, we can even go back to the moon.
Yeah, man. The moon is just right there. Let's go there. Go. Just go. Just fly there.
It's just right there. Yeah. No, but this topic really does fascinate me a little bit. Sometimes I do think, it goes against what I believe, religion-wise.
Does it really? I mean,
it kind of.
If you think about it, the creator created life, right? Because it's based about your own interpretation, right? So
Yes.
our primitive intellect back in the day, they probably cannot. Nobody can comprehend the higher Almighty. You cannot. It's just too much to comprehend.
Yeah.
Maybe he's beyond our understanding.
He got to be beyond.
Yeah.
Right? But, if you're, for all my life right now, what religion has taught and said to me, and what I've read, this is it. It's just all encapsulated in this world.
Or maybe they're the angels that they talk about in the Bible.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Because if you think about some of the verses in the Bible, that the angels are bigger than humans, and they surrounded by, sounds like aliens to me.
Here you go. Another, some of the biblical stories about, he was swooped down, he was carried off in a fiery object.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
If you look at how we launch things, you do see some fiery stuff because that's coming from the thrusters, right?
And like I said, it's based on interpretation.
Big in interpretation.
Yeah. So that person who saw that, Elijah or whatever his name is, probably interpret. He can say rocket ship.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. So he has to write how he interprets it.
I forgot what part this was where they wrote down exactly the dimensions of it.
Oh.
And I don't know if it was, I think it's for the Vimanas. And then when they tried to follow the description, they actually did see like some sort of ship.
Yeah. The Vatican needs to open their archives because all that information is there.
It's sealed, man.
Nobody can open it. There's a reason why they sealed it.
Of course.
But it's gonna ruin the Catholic Church. But I think that if you're open-minded, you understand the whole history of the Bible, the whole point of the Bible. If you still have faith, you should not lose faith, because faith is between you and God.
It's you and the maker.
Yep. And everything else would be just some historical fact or whatever. So if you guys can open the archives so we can study it, it'll be great.
I don't know, man. I don't know. So,
yeah.
It was just an interesting topic. I think that we should talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I know there's so many experts out there that can explain some more. If you are watching, please just drop a like or drop a comment so that we could follow up, or maybe tell us what's up.
Make a comment if you have any experiences with the unidentified flying phenomenons or unidentified aerial phenomenons. Put in our comment down below, and we'll make sure that we read it, and maybe we can talk about it more here in the future with Randy comes back.
Hey, maybe Bigfoot.
Oh man, okay. Okay, we'll talk about that next time, because I got some opinion on that.
Yeah,
I got some opinion on that. But
he's out there.
Yeah.
The best hide and seek guy. All right, Ed, that's all I got.
Until next time, don't forget to hit the notification button and subscribe to our channel.
Look at the sky.
Aliens.